Greetings and welcome back to room 303, and we continue now in our study on page 621. We're looking now in unit 4 at poetry, and we'll look now at the second of our poetic offerings. This one is Langston Hughes' Dreams. We've looked already at Dream Deferred. Now let's look at Dreams, and we'll see if there's a different kind of tone or mood that maybe we'll see in this poem. Read along with me. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field, frozen with snow. Now, for a moment, and again, we'll come back to this notion of reading fluently. Let's just play that game really quickly. Notice the difference in the reading of this poem. Just play this game with me. Notice the difference in the reading of this poem if I read it this way. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Right? Do you see it? Notice I'm breaking at the end of every line. As opposed to, hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Do you see what we're asking here of you? This is what we mean by reading fluently. In other words, pay attention to your punctuation. And if there's no punctuation at the end of a line, often you're going to want to keep reading on to the next line because that's where the idea is. All right? Now let's play the game at level 1 quickly. Reduce this down to one line. What does he say about dreams? Well, this will sound somewhat like Dream Deferred, but notice it's a different take on the notion of dreams. By the way, let's make sure we understand. When we use the word dreams here, are we talking about those things that happen at night when we're asleep? No. We're talking here about a different use of the word dreams. Dreams here would be what word? What word do you want to use when we're talking dreams? Goals might come to mind, right? Expectations, things that you've set for yourself as benchmarks of success. That's what we mean by dreams here. What does he mean when he says hold fast to dreams? What does that even mean? How do you grab hold of something that doesn't exist? And by virtue of the fact that it exists always in the future, that's what we call a goal. If you've already accomplished it, freshmen don't say, my goal is to get through 8th grade. No. Dude, that's done. Goals are not backward-looking. Goals are forward-looking, right? So if I'm a freshman, I say, my goal is to graduate from high school, which means I haven't done it yet. So how do you hold on to a goal that you do not have? And yet, hold on here means what to you? Well, most students will report that what this means is keep dreaming it. Don't give up on your dream. Why? If dreams die, notice here we're not deferred dreams, but just dead dreams. If dreams die, life, and now we're going to get a very interesting metaphor. Life is, notice, not like a broken winged bird, but life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Whoa, now let's go ahead and put it in our notes right away at level 2B. The symbolism here is obviously hypercritical. By the way, at level 1, it's very simple. Don't give up on your dreams, because when you give up on your dreams, you give up on your life. But obviously, at level 2B, this is a profound symbol. Now let's put it in our notes at level 3A. Birds and flight have always been, from the ancient times of Greek mythology, powerful symbols. Yeah? And one of the symbols that a bird can have, of course, is the symbol of freedom. We think, for example, of the title of Maya Angelou's classic poem, which is as well a Dunbar poem, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. The notion is you put a bird who wants to be free inside of a cage, and of course, the only reason it sings is because it longs to be free. What are we told here in our first stanza? If you give up on your dreams, your life, which is a bird, can't fly because the wings are broken. The only thing that makes that life, bird, dream fly is hope. And once you give up the hope, you're never gonna accomplish anything. That's the first stanza. He says it again. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, notice here it's not die but go. Life is a barren field. Now this is a word picture we all know, living where we live. Life is a barren field, frozen with snow. In other words, once you give up on your dreams, your life is like the Badlands covered in snow instead of a summer day when everything is nice and green and growing. Okay, so let's jump to 3A. For you, what are the ways that you can think about important films, texts that say, keep dreaming, don't give up on your dream? What's your favorite text about someone who does not give up on his or her dream, who keeps going? I mean, for many years when the film came out, many students would comment on the profound effect 8 Mile had on them. Why? Because they watched a movie about a young man who struggled to know, do I give up on the dream? Do I not give up on the dream? Maybe I will give up on the dream. I'm not going to give up on the dream. Think about how many Disney films play the same game of a dream, something you want, and you think you're going to quit, but then you don't quit. Of course, the penultimate example at level 3A on this one is the great text that we will study later as freshmen, Homer's Odyssey. Think about Odysseus, away for 20 years from his home Ithaca, his beautiful wife Penelope, his young son Telemachus, and he has to get home. In fact, Odysseus is given the opportunity to spend the rest of his life and never die with a drop-dead gorgeous supermodel, Calypso, goddess. And he says, no, I got to get back to my girl Penelope. Even though I know she's going to die. And even I know after 20 years, she probably isn't as stunningly gorgeous as she once was. She's my girl, I want to go back. And it's that whole notion of getting back to something, to have something you aspire for. Let's go ahead and jump now to 3B. What is that for you right now in your life? Two-part question. What is that for you right now in your life? What is the one dream that you continue to have? And even if you don't want to write it down, because it's so sacred to you that you would never share it even in writing, just think about it for a few seconds. Of course, if you're sitting there right now and you say, come to think of it, I don't actually have any dream that I can write down. I get up in the morning, I do my thing, life is boring, I go to sleep. Get up in the morning, do my thing, life is boring, I go to sleep. Oh, they have a word for that. It's called a bird that can't fly because it's got broken wings. Oh, they have a word picture for that. It's called the Badlands covered in snow. That is your life right now. In other words, you need a dream. You need a goal. You need something that's going to help you get through this thing called your life. Finally, this question. Whatever it is that you wrote down as a dream, what do you got to do to get there? How are you going to make that dream a reality? When you're in your junior year with us, you're going to study a great American author named Henry David Thoreau, who in his classic text, Walden, will say at the very end of the text, if you have built castles in the air, that is where they belong. But put the foundations under them. What does Thoreau mean by this? It's great to dream. It's great to imagine castles in the air. It's great to imagine the great things you're going to accomplish. But you have to make sure you put the foundations under them. There's things you have to do to achieve the dreams you want. Jot down for you, what are those things you have to do, right? If, for example, you have your clear dream, what do you have to do to get there? And I'm going to guess, and this will sound a lot like what we were saying when we were studying our FDR speech, the inaugural speech, I'm going to guess that whatever you wrote down as a dream, for you to accomplish it, it's going to require W-O-R-K. It is, right? It's going to demand work. I mean, you're going to have to go to work. It's not going to be given to you. That's the thing about dreams that are accomplished that you care about. They're the dreams that you work hard for and you get them. Of course, there's always the possibility you may never achieve that dream too, which is always problematic. Well, I'm not even going to dream because if I dream, maybe it won't come true, and then I'm going to feel like a complete and total loser. Langston Hughes says, that's like living in the barren wasteland in the snow. That's like a bird that has no wings to fly. You got to have dreams. Well, I hope that these two poems together, both of them, two different perspectives on dreams, will turn you on to Langston Hughes. Maybe you'll want to study some more. Thank you.